New at 11, we're breaking down exactly what it takes to cut through Rhode Island's red tape and make the state more business-friendly. Just 3 months after our report uncovering regulations that are hurting businesses and job seekers, changes are underway.
But we've learned some rules are much harder to change than others. Steve Nielsen has that story only on Eyewitness News tonight.
A report found over 250 rules that need to be changed or eliminated. But this is just a suggestion from the Office of Regulatory Reform. It's up to those in power to make it happen. So, you found a regulation that hurts businesses or job seekers in Rhode Island. That's the first step. Now, how do you get rid of it?
It's a lot of work, and it takes time, but frankly, we don't really have much time.
State Representative Patricia Serpa is chair of the House Small Business Committee and has worked closely with the Office of Regulatory Reform to speed up the process. She tells us regulations usually fall into two categories. First, there are rules set by state agencies like the Department of Health or the Department of Labor and Training. These rules can be changed fairly quickly. For example, many small business owners thought the state was inspecting their boilers too often, costing time and money.
Every year, someone from DLT would come out, inspect the boiler with a wrench and a bucket, and charge them a fee.
So they brought their concerns to the head of the DLT.
With the mark of a pen, that regulation disappeared.
And we also found several other rules that were changed by state departments in the last year. The DMV removed a requirement for inspection stations to use a large, expensive machine to test emissions on much older vehicles, saving auto shops money and space. And the Department of Health repealed 2 state rules on product packaging that were already covered by federal law, saving time and inspection costs. Then there are regulations set by state law. Those can take a lot longer to change. It's up to the General Assembly to pass reforms, and then the governor has to sign them.
We can't fix everything overnight, but it's a sense of urgency, and we're going to go at it. And we're going to make the list, and one by one, we're going to get rid of regulations that don't make sense.
Truck drivers would benefit from a change that's in the works. Right now, they would have to apply for the same license twice during their training process. New legislation would get rid of that. Another proposed change to state law would target the lengthy and expensive licensing process for barbers, which we exposed in November.
We're actually forming a new committee, an apprenticeship council. So a barber, for instance, could work as an apprentice under an already licensed barber rather than having to spend 2 years of classroom work and little or no practical work and not getting paid.
Now, just because this was a final report by the Office of Regulatory Reform doesn't mean their work's done. They'll continue to track burdensome regulation and release another report in 2017. I'm Steve Nielsen, Eyewitness News.
And head over to our website to see some of these changes for yourself and read the Office of Regulatory Reform's full report to see which rules need to go next. It's all on WPRI.com.